production designer role is changing because our tools are changing like crazy.
The change in technology has had this, to my mind, a fundamental liberation of the creative process.
We collectively, the filmmakers, have raised the expectations of the audiences to such a level that more and more is expected.
As visual effects are changing, the demands of sets are changing dramatically.
It's like the opportunities for visual extravaganza now are unlimited.
Everyone believes we can do everything overnight.
It's moving very rapidly. Generally the job is similar, but the way in which you attack it can be very, very different.
Every time I come into a job where more and more computer graphics are used, it's a different thing than the last time.
Technology definitely has its learning curve.
Not only what the uses of these new techniques are and what their limitations are, but we also have to know how to blend them.
Most immediate change is through the internet and the speed in which we're expected to do things. I think it's been a great tool for research.
eBay has been good. I use eBay a lot when I'm shopping for a movie.
Digital photography has helped us. Our assistants can communicate imagery faster to us.
The internet is a wonderful tool to be able to research from your office.
Gaining information to help you understand the project that you are doing is so much easier.
The easier part, of course, is having my database all in one place so that I know how to find resources. The harder part is the speed with which things are being generated and the amount of email I get. It's enormous.
There's so many more emails and so much more communication that it's really hard to keep up.
Everybody's now looking into the computer so long that they've forgotten what peripheral vision is. And for me, when I want to, in a film, I want to be inside the film. And I think we spend too much time looking in the box.
We used to have, I think, more prep time, and we needed it.
Paint only dries so fast, and an X-Acto knife only cuts cardboard so fast, and it almost gave you a chance while you were doing it to think.
Many people seem to think that because technology's there, the work is easier and that the work can go faster. I feel as though the work, sometimes you need a little time to figure out the ideas that are inside the work.
You still need that time to breathe and really digest what you're doing and not only be iterative with your collaborators, but with yourself.
You just need to be able to stare at objects and the ideas in the script, and nothing's going to really speed my brain up any faster. So you do need some time to figure out what you're doing.
The speed at which computer technology changes is always a challenge for everyone because, as I said, it's very difficult to know when you leave one job and when by the time you start another one exactly how the rules are going to shift.
When I first started making movies, we would just figure out the sets from a drawing, and we would just build the sets and dress the sets. Now there is so much preparation that goes before you even start filming.
There's a huge responsibility now for the designer to literally design the production before they start designing the objects, the narrative spaces that exist within the production.
The requirements of what a set decorator does varies from project to project.
It's a constantly evolving question of how do we meld it into the existing framework of the structure of our jobs and the way they have been.
There is almost no relation between what a designer's job was 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, and what it will be in 5 and 10 years.
Where do you use that technology, and who makes the decisions about where it gets used, and how each department is going to be woven into that fabric? It's a constantly evolving question.
It really is like a Heraclitean river. You never know when one job ends how different the next one's going to end up being.
I've learned a great deal over in the past decade alone regarding all the new technologies, but I think it really hasn't changed the way that I do my job.
20 years ago when I started, the possibilities of film were so exciting then, and now with digital media, there is so much to play with. There are so many new collaborators, so many new ways of collaborating. The more the merrier, and the technology that hasn't even arrived yet, I'm very excited about.